Now that you know the basics of how to use HoloLens 2, let's explore Dynamics 365 guides. To launch a guide, go to your Start menu and select the Guides app. If you don't see the Guides app in the pinned menu, select More Apps and find the Guides app. You can pin the app by holding your hand in place and selecting Pin. After you launch the app, you'll see a 3D app launcher known as a live cube. Press play. When the Guides app loads, hold your hand up with your palm facing you. This allows you to select from your list of guides, Teams calling, OneDrive files, and your user profile. View your list of available guides by pressing the top icon. Select your preferred guide from the list. When going through a guide as an operator, you use your gaze and a few other gestures. Gazing on HoloLens is as easy as it sounds. In some cases, you can select an item just by gazing at a selection box next to it. For example, you can select the Next or Go Back button on a step card by gazing at the button. The selection is completed when the box for the button is filled up by your gaze. Gaze is very useful if your hands are busy with tools or parts. When you gaze, be sure to turn your whole head, not just your eyes. You can use AirTap together with gaze to select apps and other holograms in addition to gaze or dwell buttons. To do an AirTap, simply gaze at a hologram, hold your hand out in front of you where it's comfortable, tap your thumb and index finger quickly together, then quickly release it. The first thing you see after opening a guide is the anchoring step. Like the calibration of Microsoft HoloLens, anchoring a guide is a crucial step. You anchor a guide to make sure that the holographic instructions line up with your real-world environment. If the holograms don't line up, you'll likely be confused when you try to do a task. The way that you anchor your guide depends on the type of anchor that the author selected for the guide. There are a few types of anchors, including QR code and circular code anchoring, where you simply scan a code on a carefully placed piece of paper to anchor the holograms in the correct position, holographic anchoring, where you grab and place a reference hologram in the correct position, and object recognition anchoring, where you scan a physical object that the HoloLens recognizes to place the holograms in the correct position. You can realign a guide at any time if you think that the holograms are out of alignment by using the anchor button. The step card is the center of everything that you do in a guide. It provides the instructions that you follow to complete a task. The step card includes Next and Go Back buttons that enable you to navigate through a guide. Step cards in Microsoft Dynamics 365 guides can be linked by holographic dotted lines or tethers to physical locations in your work area. These dotted lines help you find the area where you need to take action. Wherever you look, the step card follows your gaze. While you're working, you never have to worry about where your instructions are. If you don't want the step card to follow you around, you can turn off follow mode from the navigation bar. Triggers can be placed around areas of interaction to advance to the next step once your hand has touched them. This enables a degree of interactivity with the guide as an operator. The step card can include a website link or Power App button, which enables you to visit the website by selecting it. You can use voice commands in Microsoft Dynamics 365 guides as a substitute for hand gestures or gaze. Voice commands save you time and keep you in the flow of your work because you don't have to gaze at buttons to take actions. Common voice commands to use when completing a guide include saying Next Step to advance steps, Go Back to return to the previous step, Place Here to pin the step card in a convenient fixed location, and more. This concludes the Dynamics 365 guides portion of this video. Next, let's explore how to collaborate using Dynamics 365 Remote Assist and Teams.